Greetings and good day to our lecturer, Dr. Navanethan. We are Group 1 from Database and Cloud Security and we're here to present our first assignment. I am Ng Zixuan and my fellow group mates are Feng Pei Won and Sim Jia Le. So first of all, let's get into what exactly Taobao is. So it is an e-commerce platform that provides a digital marketplace where individuals and businesses can buy and sell a wide range of products online. It features a user-friendly experience, enables users to buy and sell products online, and provides both parties with a fast delivery service. Now let's look at its business model. Taobao utilizes a business-to-consumer model and charges no transaction fees to either sellers or buyers. So how does it make its money? It offers SEO-like advertising to its sellers. And what exactly is SEO? It is called search engine optimization in full, and in short, what it does is that it curates the advertisement that a customer sees to his previous search results, which therefore means that every single advertisement that the customer sees will be something that he might be interested in. And by gathering as many merchants on the platform as it can, Taobao can then make money by charging money for this advertisement feature. This causes a win-win situation for Taobao, the sellers, and the buyers. Taobao has an estimated merchant count of 8 million and an estimated item listing count of 1 billion. So our proposed design for this application will be to use MySQL as the database program of choice, as it is dependable, scalable, simple to use, and easy to maintain. The web server for this application will be Amazon Web Services, which is economical, reliable, and safe. Let's look at the database design that we have come up with. So we have three tables here, namely the customer table, the product table, and the seller table. For the customer table, we'll include the customer's ID, their name, email, password, address, phone, orders, and feedback. As for the product table, we'll include the product's ID, name, price, description, category, image, inventory, and its respective seller's ID. The seller table is more or less the same as the customer's table, including the seller's ID, name, email, password, address, phone, but instead of tracking orders, we have the seller's products here and the feedbacks that they have gotten from the customers. So for the database security, we're planning to encrypt the data using the AES algorithm. We will also then hash the passwords using the SHA-256 algorithm, which is a one-way and secure hashing method. Using SSL TLS protocol to establish a secure connection between the web server and the database, we can essentially prevent any eavesdropping and tampering of data from happening. We can also implement access control policies to restrict access to the database based on the user's roles and privilege, which then prevents unauthorized access and modification of data. We will also perform regular backups and audits of the database to ensure the data's integrity and availability. We can also help to detect and recover from any data breaches or errors using this way. Let's look at the implementation of the application. We will be using the relational database RDS that is provided by the Amazon Web Services and MySQL as the database program. By using the MySQL workbench, we can then connect to the database and execute SQL queries on our local machine. We can then utilize the create query to create the three tables for customer, seller, and product respectively. As you can see, the picture below is what the output will look like if the tables are successfully created. Now let's test our application. To test this application's functionalities, we'll perform the following actions. We'll insert a new customer entry, we'll then delete the customer entry that was created, and we'll then insert a new seller entry. This test can be conducted using the insert into and the delete from queries. As you can see in the output below, all three queries have been successfully generated and all three queries have been successfully executed as well.
Good day, I'm Theng, and I'll be talking about our robust security strategy addresses threat using the STRIDE and DREAD frameworks. For spoofing, we implement dedicated user and data authentication protocols, integrating advanced fraud detection algorithms to actively prevent unauthorized access. To counter tampering, our system employs advanced data encryption techniques, tamper-proof locks, and undergoes regular security audits to detect and track any attempts to tamper with data. Repudiation is mitigated through secure transaction records, digital signature, and non-repudiable action, ensuring accountability and traceability. To prevent information disclosure, we enforce strict access controls, conduct regular security awareness training, and utilize data encryption both in transit and at rest. For denial of service, our comprehensive approach includes cutting-edge DDoS defense mechanism, strategy load balancing, and thorough disaster recovery plans. Elevation of privilege is countered by employing role-based access control, secure coding techniques, advanced vulnerability management, and adhering to the least privilege principle. Next is dread. Mitigating potential damage is a priority, and we emphasize data backups, comprehensive disaster recovery plans, and well-defined incident response protocols to address and minimize the impact of disruption. Our system is designed for swift recovery, featuring redundancy, rapid incident response mechanisms, and regular backups to minimize downtime and ensure a prompt return to normal operation. Availability is reduced through continuous assessment, probability patching, and the enforcement of secure coding practices, ensuring a robust defense against emerging threats. Vigilant activity monitoring, anomaly detection, and meticulous user authentication protocols enhance our overall threat detection capabilities. Proactive detection is integral, with intrusion detection system, comprehensive logging, and real-time threat monitoring providing a continuous and vigilant defense against potential security breaches. Under the PDPDA 2010, key entities include the data subject, data user, and data processor. The data lifecycle involves collection, storage, use, disclosure, retention, and disposal, each requiring compliance. Collection and consent is essential with clear communication on purpose, data source, rights, and third-party disclosure. Only necessary data is collected. Storage, security measures including hashing, encryption, access control, and audits safeguard against data loss. Data processor must assure compliance with organizational and technical security measures. Use. Personal data usage aligned with consent or general purpose contract fulfillment, legal obligation, vital interest, or legal duties. Accuracy, completeness, and currency are maintained with corrective action taken as needed. Disclosure. Third-party disclosure necessitates a consent or compliance with legal requirements. Third party must adhere to PDPDA 2010 guidelines. Retention. Data is retained for necessary period with a defined retention policy and periodic assessment for relevance. Disposal. Secure and irreversible disposal methods such as shredding or erasing are employed when data is no longer needed. Non-compliance penalties include fines up to 300,000 or imprisonment for 2 years for PDPDA offenses. Breaches of personal data protection principle may lead to fines up to 500,000 or imprisonment for 3 years. Failure to comply with enforcement notices may result in fines up to 200,000 or imprisonment for 2 years. Obstructing the commissioner duties could incur fines up to 100,000 or imprisonment for a year.
Our security measurement is physical database security. Deploy the database server in a secure data center or server room. Restrict the physical access to authorized personnel only. Use unlocked camera and guards to prevent unauthorized entry or theft. Database server security. Separate the database server from the website server and the application server. Use firewall to block any unnecessary network ports or traffic. Use the HTTPS proxy server to encrypt the communication between the database server and the web server. Database access control. Enforce strong password policy and authentication mechanism for database user. Use SSL or TSL to secure the connection to the database. Audit and monitor the database activity and logs. Detect and report any suspicious or unauthorized access or action. Database encryption. Encrypt the data at rest and in transit. Using the AES algorithm, encrypt the database backups and store them in a separate location. Manage the encryption keys securely and rotate them periodically. Database backup and recovery. Create regular backups of the database and test them for integrity and usability. Have a disaster recovery plan and be prepared to restore the database in case of any data loss or corruption. Dispose of the old backups securely and irreversibly, such as shredding, burning, or erasing. Database vulnerability access and testing. Perform regular vulnerability scan and penetration tests on the database and identify and fix any security flaws or weakness. Use database and web application firewall to prevent or mitigate common attacks such as SQL or NoSQL injection, buffer overflow, or denial of service. Follow the secure coding practice and standard and review the code for any error or bugs.